An aspiring suicide bomber and his wife have been found guilty of planning an attack in London to coincide with the 10th anniversary of the July 7th, 2005 suicide attacks in London. The couple, who wed in secret in a traditional Islamic ceremony, immersed themselves in ISIS and al-Qaeda propaganda. So Mohammed Rehman was the man's name. He called himself the silent bomber. He's kind of a genius. He sent out a tweet asking for advice on where to bomb on this anniversary. We have the tweet here. He so nicely tweets out to his followers, Westfield Shopping Center or London Underground? Any advice would be appreciated greatly. Wow, what a nice guy. Would be appreciated greatly.
He's awfully polite, Nick, to be a suicide bomber.
Very polite jihadist, to say it nicely. So the July 7th, 2005 London bombings killed 52 civilians, maimed, injured more than 700 people, and they wanted to emulate that, and they wanted to do the same thing. So not only was he dumb enough to post tweets online, but he even took videos of him in his backyard testing out different explosive devices. That blows my mind, and I don't get it, and I just don't understand. You're trying to do this, you're trying to carry out some crazy attack because you're an idiot, and then you go online and you post it for everyone to see.
He's so proud of his amateur bomb-making skills. He's
Right.
posting them online as though he were posting pics of his toddlers. It's like, what is he? He's clearly not thinking. He's clearly not ready. If you have to ask these questions, you're not ready to be a suicide bomber.
That's for sure. I mean, and then you look at the wording here, like on these tweets, like, not bad for an amateur, LOL, a martyr's nutrition. It's like he's like tweeting his lunch or something, you know? It's like so cavalier the way he's doing it.
Some kind of psychological break in this guy. He doesn't realize that the whole world is against him, so to speak.
Right. So I said that he and his wife had to have a wedding, but secretly, a traditional Islamic wedding without anyone there, because her parents did not approve of this guy. He was kind of seen as this low-life figure.
He seems like a catch.
Right. So he lived with his parents, and so did she. Okay. So this guy's literally testing out bombs in his mommy and daddy's backyard, exploding stuff. These were nitrate bombs. So she was employed, and she was actually funding this whole operation. She had been taking out loans of over $20,000 to fund this guy's nitrate purchases. Can you believe that?
No, it's despicable. Do we know what the UK government is going to do about this pair?
Well, sentencing is going to be held next week, so we're going to figure out very soon. But for now, they've been found guilty of planning an attack in London. And, you know, a lot of these prosecutors are convinced that if they didn't stop them, a terrible attack would have actually ended up happening. Susan Hemming, she's head of the Crown Prosecution Service Counterterrorism Division, she said the pair had been very close to carrying out an attack. And if they didn't stop them, they would have attempted to carry out an attack of terrorism inside of London. So we see this couple here. It kind of reminds me of the San Bernardino attacks.
You're just glad that they're so stupid.
Right, that they weren't actually smart enough to actually carry out an attack, thank God. But it reminds me, very reminiscent to the San Bernardino attacks, because we see, you know, two individuals who have been radicalized. They didn't necessarily have, you know, direct links with ISIS and al-Qaeda. They're more copycatters who have been self-radicalized, you know, homegrown within, they were living in Reading in the UK.
Nick, we know that ISIS is factionalized. It isn't a single group, that a lot of times you have these outliers that identify with the creed of ISIS, so they take up the cause as though it were their own. That's not surprising. It's
not surprising, and that's exactly what Obama was talking about in his most recent address to the nation. It's the homegrown self-radicalization that we really have to worry about. And I definitely agree, because, you know, these people can be anyone, you know, anyone who's down and out, they don't know what the hell to do with their lives, and they turn to idiots like ISIS and al-Qaeda over social media, which they're so good at doing, you know, brainwashing people over the internet.
Right.
So London, perhaps dodging a huge bullet here, arresting these two who they believe were going to carry out an attack on the 10th anniversary of the 7/7 bombings in London.